Two of the most significant players when it came to fantasy football repercussions for this free agent period were Kenneth Walker and Travis Etienne. Kenneth Walker is already gone to the Chiefs. We did a video on that one a little bit ago. Check it out after this video. But the other big one is Travis Etienne, and he lands back at home in New Orleans with the Saints. Etienne is getting a 4-year deal worth $52 million from the New Orleans Saints. He is getting starter money, and I would expect him to be the main guy over Alvin Kamara moving forward. And we'll see how this deal turns out for 2026, because I firmly believe that Alvin Kamara will still be a part of the game plan in 2026. But it might be more of a reduced role, really only working in the passing game. He will be a free agent after the year, though, so the next few years in the contract could really be where Travis Etienne showcases that high upside potential that we saw this past season with the Jags. But we knew in the offseason the Saints were going to need to add playmakers, and that the running back position was one that they would probably be taking a look at. And while I still think they need to add a wide receiver, and they could do so in the draft with their first round pick, adding Travis Etienne to the backfield gives them a little bit more stability that they've been missing because of the injuries to Alvin Kamara, who is clearly starting to show the wear and tear from all of the touches he's had over the course of his career. It's important to add weapons for your second-year quarterback, Tyler Shough, and getting a more reliable option in the backfield to at least pair with Alvin Kamara, even if they're both healthy for all of 2026, is a big step in the right direction. I do believe another playmaker in the pass-catching game, though, was greatly needed for Tyler Shough to really advance up the rankings and be more of a solidified QB2 instead of a what-if scenario. And adding another proven playmaker in the backfield is going to help open up the passing game. Chris Olave had a fantastic season in 2025, and he could do that again in 2026, although his fantasy value is probably more reliant on what they do at the wide receiver position for the rest of the offseason. I think this signing officially marks the end of a fantasy era when it comes to Alvin Kamara. For those of you playing fantasy football, Alvin Kamara is always going to be known as one of the most prolific fantasy options at the running back position over the course of his career. A guy that could do it all on the ground and through the air. Does anyone remember the huge 5-touchdown performance on Christmas Day? He's going to be remembered for PPR leagues and half PPR leagues forever. But at 31 years old and missing 13 games over the last 3 seasons, his mark as a true fantasy option is probably done at this point. I expect that he's still going to be utilized in the passing game, and he may still be used to spell Travis Etienne. I doubt he's going to be cut. That's $19 million in dead cap that they would need to walk away from. Maybe it ends up happening. Maybe there's a trade that could be made, and if that happens, then it does help Travis Etienne out quite a bit. I think in year 1 for Travis Etienne and Alvin Kamara together, Travis Etienne is more of a solid RB2 with some weekly RB1 upside, but I still think Alvin Kamara is going to be used. If for some reason Alvin Kamara is sent packing, traded, cut, whatever it may be, Travis Etienne would be a top 12 option for me at that point. And for Alvin Kamara, I think a lot of people would agree that he's just not going to be drafted this year. Maybe he's a guy that we pick up in free agency if something happens to Travis Etienne. Maybe he finds a big role in the passing game if they don't add another pass-catching weapon. If that happens, maybe he becomes a pickup in PPR leagues and half PPR leagues. But I doubt he's going to give you any type of steady fantasy performances with Travis Etienne in town now. But let me know down in the comments what you think of this deal for Travis Etienne. Are you all on board for 2026? Do you also believe that Alvin Kamara could lower that ceiling a little bit this year? Or are you not worried about Alvin Kamara whatsoever? Let me know down in the comments below. And make sure you turn on the bell notifications and subscribe to the channel if you're new here, so you get breaking news content right when we drop it throughout the free agency period.
Analytics off the chain, all the channels not the same. Jake and Kyle, you know the name. Headline Nation, we running the game.